2001 Maniacs is like a cross between American Pie and Deliverance, with some pointless sex scenes. I'm Jay Harangue and I talk about soft porn and stalker movies.
You should subscribe.
We start in this lecture theatre where this guy is talking about the Civil War, but our three main characters aren't interested in history. All they care about is partying and sex. Yeah. So this guy here changes the lecture slides to photos of him and his friends partying, and everyone thinks it's hilarious.
You think this is very funny, eh?
Well, I certainly don't. Anyway, the professor keeps these three back after the lecture: Anderson, Nelson and Kodi. He tells them that they'll only be able to stay at the university if they all hand in new term papers by the end of spring break. If you're thinking that this might be key to the plot, it isn't. In fact, this whole scene is totally pointless. We never even see the professor again. So here's where it actually starts. It's spring break and these three are on their way to Daytona Beach. They're so excited that they're making that American whooping noise. They stop at this gas station and these three turn up. This blonde is Joey and the guys seem especially excited about her.
Dude, I'd eat the peanuts out of her shit.
Excuse me?
Men would die for this opportunity.
I don't think so.
The other two in this car are Ricky and Kat. It looks as if they're a couple, but apparently Ricky likes men too, and Kat is just up for anything.
What a slut.
The two groups exchange numbers and agree to meet when they get to Daytona. While Anderson and Kodi are sleeping in the car, Nelson takes a shortcut and a detour sign in the road takes them to a town called Pleasant Valley. It looks to be abandoned, but all the townspeople have jumped out to welcome them.
Welcome to Pleasant Valley!
This is Mayor Buckman, and he tells them that they're going to be the guests of honor at the Guts and Glory Jubilee. The guys are like, no thanks, we need to get to Florida for partying and sex. But then they see peaches.
If I supply the peaches, do you think you boys could supply the cream?
We're staying.
Oh, and look, it's Ricky, Kat and Joey from the gas station. They've decided to stay for the Jubilee too, so the boys may get a chance to eat the peanuts out of her shit.
Yes!
Two more guests arrive.
Woo! Negro and Chinaman to boot.
Malcolm and Leah don't receive quite the same warm welcome as the others, but they agree to stay for the celebrations regardless. So they all check into Granny's Hotel, where they meet these two, Hester and Glendora. Anderson seems to be pretty into Joey and the peanuts, so he leaves these two to Nelson and Kodi. All is not as it seems, as later we see the mayor plotting to kill all the guests. Their first target is Kat, who they plan to lure out with local lady killer Harper Alexander.
I'm here to welcome y'all and invite you to take in some of our sights.
Somehow this has worked and Kat goes off with him. He takes her to a barn and then they bang. Then he blindfolds her and she thinks he's being adventurous, but when he removes the blindfold she sees what he's done.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, I'm sure you can guess how this ends. In the parlour after dinner, Nelson and Kodi are watching Hester and Glendora dance when this milkmaiden comes in.
May I offer you some fresh milk with your pie? I'll keep my jug handy.
Brilliant. The mayor is having another meeting with his associates. He tells them that Harper has done his duty, now it's their turn to do theirs. It's decided that Ricky is the next target and that Big Rufus is the man to do it. Back at the hotel, Nelson is in a mood because he's the only one not getting laid. Anderson has got with Joey Peanuts, Ricky is with Rufus, and Hester and Glendora have gone to bed with Kodi. We then get a sex montage, most of which I can't show, but trust me, it's weird. It seems Kodi has been put on a strict look but don't touch order, and Nelson is having to make do with fucking his own pillow. That is until the milkmaiden turns up outside his window.
Surprise!
Holy shit.
When she gets on top of him, she tells him to drink her special moonshine, but it turns out to be acid, so that's the end of Nelson. The next day, people are wondering where Kat and Nelson are. Harper tells them that Nelson stole Kat and that he hasn't seen either of them since. But enough about that, it's time for the festivities to start.
At last.
Boys with the boys and ladies with the ladies.
Hester and Glendora decide to sneak off to the field and invite Kodi along. He thinks he's in, but when he tries to get involved, they don't let him.
You can watch from over there if you're quiet.
So Kodi's like, fine then, I'll just sit here and knock one out. But he's making too much noise.
You, sir, are a pig!
But you said I could watch.
But you weren't quiet.
So they tell him to leave. We're back in the town now and the girls are helping Leah dress up for the Jubilee. They're all having fun, teaching her how to square dance or whatever this is, but then for some reason a crowd gathers. So Ricky's like, oh shit, time to escape. But they all chase him down and eventually Big Rufus catches him. As Ricky likes men, they decide it would be fitting to kill him by shoving something up his arse. So now the only ones left are Anderson, Corey, Malcolm and Joey Peanuts.
This place is fucked.
It is.
So they decide to leave town. But the townspeople confront them and tell them it'd be rude of them to leave.
Y'all don't want us thinking that you're insulting our heritage now, do you?
So they decide to play along and say they'll stay for the barbecue, but their plan is to secretly meet at the hotel in an hour and escape. Let's hope they can use their acting skills to convince the townspeople they plan to stay.
I'll be seeing y'all at the barbecue tonight.
Okay, yeah, they're not fooling anyone. Anderson goes off looking for the cars and stumbles into the butcher's.
Your car, sir, is parked right down yonder by that damn barn.
Malcolm thinks he sees Leah, so he follows her into the woods. But it's not Leah, it's this freak dressed in her clothes. So they tie him to this thing and squash him to death. Corey has run into Peaches and he thinks his luck has finally changed and it looks like she's about to suck him off. Anderson and Joey Peanuts, the only two guests left alive, have both been captured and wake up tied to the barbecue. It's here that Granny and the mayor explain what they'll be eating, and yes, it's all their friends.
That doesn't look good.
They tell Anderson that they'll spare him, but only if he kills Joey Peanuts. He's like, yeah, okay then, but he's tricked them and it all kicks off.
Go get that Yankee traitor! Y'all stand back. And mine now. Let them go, both of them.
Anderson and Joey manage to escape on Malcolm's bike and they get to this police station. They tell the officer about everything that's happened at Pleasant Valley.
What in God's name are you talking about? You and me, we need to take a little ride.
When they get to Pleasant Valley, there's no sign of anyone.
Ain't nothing but a graveyard been here for the last 150 years.
As they look around the graves, they see some familiar names. It turns out that the innocent Confederate citizens of Pleasant Valley were killed by rogue Union soldiers in 1860.
Never will they rest until one for one they are avenged.
So the people they saw in the town were all ghosts, set on revenge against the North.
Yes, of course. Now things are beginning to make sense.
And they're not finished.
Damn Yankees.
And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and check out this other video. Thank you.